Hello. So it's Sammy. I'm here to talk to you guys about what we did at Apex. So I'm going to try to keep this under 15 minutes, and I'm going to try to keep it very specific to Apex. A lot of things have happened since then that I will do an update on elsewhere. But everything's great. No problems or anything. Just a lot of stuff has happened, which is why this is, I think, 2 weeks late. So, anywho, first up, to kind of let you know like how it was set up. So we go to Apex, and it's like 3 sessions. And session 1, there's a little break. We do have a little snack. Session 2, lunch. Session 3, we go home. Sam's like routine or schedule was he would have a session with the low level laser on different parts of his brain, and then while they're doing that, like the Apex has like the schedule is kind of like there's the one main thing that you're doing, but they like to always have different, like, multiple things going on at once, to really get all of the body or different things activated, all that kind of stuff. So, he's doing, he's getting the low level laser therapy, but while he's doing that, then he's doing the peddler. He might have the ResiMax Pro tuner like strapped onto his arm as well, different things, which I'll talk about the tuner in a minute, or, whatever, at some point during this video. So we would do that. Then we would go to eStim. The eStim was really cool because it was a different type than they used at Shepherd's. So theirs had like prongs, so they could actually use it on his tongue. That was really cool. And then seeing it on different aspects of his face, like eyebrows and getting like these muscles going around here. Very cool stuff. Then we would do some eye work and go on the vibration plate, and then the interactive metronome. Then there would be the break, and we do it all over again. Again, the side bits would, possibly change up. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't, but those things would change up. Occasionally there was other things that we did too, that they would throw in with those, but that was kind of the basic thing. So, heading into it, like, I wasn't expecting to see any, miracles. I didn't think that, like, at the end of the week, then, Sam's eye problems would be solved or anything like that, Like as we said before, this week at Apex was really trial week to see what, if anything, worked with Sam, and helped him. So the good thing is that it all worked, it seems to me. Some good examples, because it was, sorry, my phone's called wonky pants. So a good example is his eye. So gaze stabilization is when you have your gaze fixed and you move your head. So like this, right? So, my eyes are staying in the same spot, my head's moving all around, right? So before Apex, then we had been trying to do that with Sam, and we've been trying, and had really plateaued. We weren't getting anything, At Apex, then we started getting, a couple degrees, which sounds small, but when you're not getting anything and you've been trying for, almost a year, then getting anything is huge, and since then, this is a good part about me being late on my video, is that we've been, it's been a couple weeks, we've been doing our exercises, and we're getting much more on it, not consistent all the time or anything like that, but it is definitely progressing. Like, very excited there. Not only that the angles are getting more, is that Sam's also trying to, like, we were doing it very passive, like, Sam, just stare at this point and we're gonna move your head, but now he's in there, he's initiating, trying to move his head, trying to keep his eyes fixed. And when he tries, then of course, like, his eyes don't stay fixed, but he knows what he's trying to do, or where he's trying to get to, so it's only a matter of time. And again, to see that change when we'd really been beating our head against it, is huge. It's awesome. Another one that's kind of similar is the interactive metronome, which the metronome beats per minute. It does it, and there's this button that, like, you hit, and you, like, clap on beat. Okay, like, that's what the point of the interactive metronome is, and then it has this computer program, and it's hooked up to all this stuff and gives all this data. So Sam wasn't able to do that when we first started. Like getting his hands together is difficult, and flat, and like sometimes they're together and they're doing weird things. So they try, at first they're just doing it passively, like they're doing it, having his body do it. Then they like try working on his leg, different things like that, or like just hit your leg instead of hit your other hand. He was not able to do it by the time we left by any means, but again, we're seeing the muscle initiation. There was times where he was actually hitting his leg, way too fast, because that's Sam goes. So not on beat at all. But the awesome thing is like, okay, if you think about it, then you have to know what you're gonna do. You have to be able to hit the button, and then you hit the button on the beat. So I told Sam, I'm like, 2 of the 3 things you've already done. You know what you're supposed to do. You're hitting the button. All you have to do is get it on beat. 2/3 of the way there, right? Like, no big deal. We'll get it. It's all good. So there's not like an interactive metronome to buy or any. I'm sure I could, but like money, whatever. But like I just bought a metronome for the house, so we'll start adding that. It just came in recently, so it's in like the quarantine area, just sitting for a couple days, but we'll get it in. We'll start doing some of our exercises to that. We've also started just like working on clapping to the beat because we listen to music. So we just start working on clapping on the beat on there, or like even just, legs or tapping your toes or anything, trying to get like that rhythm back in there. Timing is huge. Like Dr. Trayford said at one point, he was like, timing, besides everything that goes into your movement and about timing, he's like, if you think about speech, like so much of speech is timing because you think of it, and then like everything has to work together and be timed perfectly to actually produce the sound and make the words, so like there's a whole lot of timing in that. If your timing is off in general, then of course speech is going to be much harder for you because it's such a timing heavy related biz, anyway, so saw some great stuff. And then little things too, just even like when he's standing on the vibration plate, he's standing up straighter, I took videos and stuff. I want to at some point, like my goal was to kind of take the sessions and set up like have all of the vibration plate together, like for the whole week. So then you can kind of like watch one video on the vibration plate and kind of see the progress and stuff like that. Some stuff it's hard to get videos of, some stuff is very small movement and things, so you might not see it. And of course, like I actually have to like get that done too with all of this extra time that I just magically have, right? So who knows, that is a goal. But there you go. So beyond seeing like some like these improvements, these kind of breakthroughs on these areas that we were really just kind of like beating our head against the wall on, then the other thing that I think was really, really amazing about Apex, and that I feel like was totally worth us going there, even if the other stuff hadn't happened, is that we found out what works with Sam. Some of the stuff we knew worked at Shepherd, but some stuff comes and goes. You never know. Something that works at the beginning might not work a couple months later, but then like 6 months later, it might start working again. You never know. So that's why you always kind of have to like keep trying everything, and constantly be evaluating the situation and saying, okay, what can work better, what possibly could work better, all that kind of stuff. So now we know, we know that this stuff works for Sam. And what's awesome is that there are home devices that we can get and use in our daily therapy across all of the disciplines. So that's great. There's like 3 big pieces. There's the laser, a whole body vibration plate, and an e-stim. So all of these are, not like the professional. It's not going to be like the e-stim that like Apex uses or like that Shepherd uses, because that stuff is insanely expensive and gives all this data and all this stuff that like, I don't need all that. I don't need all that. Like, it's fine. We just need to use the tools on him. So being able to have home tools for this kind of stuff that does really work well for him is great, because you know, Dr. Trayford would like us to come back, I think it's in 2 months, maybe 3 months, for another intensive. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford it. And in my mind, kind of the way I'm looking at it is, there are these home tools. I feel like that's where we are right now, that is a more important thing for us to have, because that's something we can use every single day. Like I said, they cross all of the disciplines. You know, that's just a way for us to continue this progress and everything. And then when we are able to, you know, afford going back, you know, maybe it's 6 months, but we can still go back, but we haven't lost all the stuff because we've been doing this stuff on our own, you know. With that being said, I am going to start a GoFundMe for some of this equipment, because it's like more expensive pieces that no one person is going to buy. So, you know, try to do some crowdfunding for it, and just do like one thing at a time. Of the 3 pieces of equipment, then I think the laser is the most versatile of all 3. So that's what we're going to start with. Again, just trying to, you know, we might not be able to get everything, you know, so pick the most versatile, pick the thing that can be used all the time. You know, it's also small, so I can take it with me. You know, we can, while we're waiting in line at the bank, or, you know, I mean, okay, I'll probably want to do it at the bank, but like if we were at the doctor's and we had like to wait before an appointment, then I could be sitting there doing some laser work on him, you know, because it's like, it's about the size of like a mini flashlight, you know, so I could have it in my purse and just pop out and be like, oh, laser time, you know. Which is great. So that's when we're going to start. So stay tuned for that. I will post about it and all of that kind of stuff. We're about to hit 12 minutes. I don't think that this is going to be 15 minutes. I think it's going to be longer. Dang. I was really trying. So maybe I should just talk really fast. 3 minutes, go. So, let's see, beyond that, then we also, Dr. Trayford, gave us some supplements.